This is going to be a little bit raw today because that's honestly how I'm feeling, kind of like an open wound. You start by seeking an answer, a solution, a cure. Then you begin to look for ways to improve the situation because fixing it isn't going to be possible. Then the reality really slaps you in the face and you begin to just beg for a miracle. Wish that it was all just a bad dream. Finally, you just pray for it all to end, for the suffering to stop, for mercy to be given. I had abandoned my post here and other places in my life, at least temporarily. I did so that I could hold my mother's hand as she took her long, long walk from this world into the next. Some of you are capable of carrying on, continuing to show up for all the things, trudging through things like this. But I have learned I am just not one of those people. I pushed on for as long as I could. To be honest, I've cared for my mom for the last 2 years to a certain degree, and more exclusively and intimately for the last 7 months. More intensely the last 2 months. There is a lot that I can handle, but the death of my mother and the weeks leading up to it, to no one's surprise, I suppose, consumed most all of what I had to give. The little that did remain, I reserved for my son and for myself. The processing of this, the healing, if that's even a thing, if that's even possible, it's going to take a really long time. This is not something that I'm ever just going to get over or move on from. And the experience of it all has changed me, and it will continue to change me. This human experience, particularly the end of this human experience, as seen through my eyes, has left scars that have taught me a lot and helped me to understand way more than I ever wanted to about the brutal act of dying. I'm codependent by nature, an extreme nurturer and caregiver. I want to make things better. I want to fix it. It's a toxic trait. I've been working to keep it in check. I've been working on evolving it for a long time. But this time, without anything to do but submit to what was, the journey reminded me that it is not up to me to fix it, to rescue, or to enable anything. Releasing the illusion of control, something I never had to begin with this or any other situation. Well, it's not easily done. The idea that we are all here for an assignment, for a specific purpose, that we're all here for a deliberate reason. I can get on board with that. What I'm struggling to get on board with is that my mother's assignment, her purpose, her mission was done at just 66 years old. That's a hard pill for me to swallow. That's a hard truth for me to accept. But here it is in front of me, and I have no choice but to absorb that knowledge and hopefully do something good with it in regards to growth and evolution of myself. My mother fought an incredibly hard battle. 2 years ago, she was diagnosed with stage 3 stomach and esophageal cancer. A very heroic surgery extended her quality of life for quite a while. But in March of this year, the cancer came back with a vengeance, ripping away the illusion that all would be okay. Friends, cancer is an absolute fucking bitch. I know we all have been exposed to it one way or another, whether in our personal lives, in our family or friends' lives, or even in acquaintances' lives. And no matter how it shows up, its relentless pursuit to destroy just continues to leave me baffled and at a loss of words. It takes your peace. Even when you think you have a handle on things, it reminds you constantly that it's there, lurking, always threatening. My mother diligently and continuously stood up to her diagnosis. She fought to remain here as long as possible. Never once did she give up the pursuit of trying to at least improve the quality of the life that she had left here. People leave this world in a lot of different ways. Someone very close to me abruptly lost both her parents, not at the same time, but at different points in her life, but still, without warning. We've discussed which scenario is worse. I can't imagine just getting a phone call or a knock on the door and telling me that my loved one had died. But at the same time, watching a steady deterioration, a decline, a daily reminder that the end is near. I don't know. It's kind of hard to imagine which I would choose if given the choice. The long road of a slow deterioration or a sudden death, unexpected loss that puts shockwaves into your life. Neither one of these is easy or accepting. We decided that neither is anything that we would wish upon the other. Both are wretched and painful. In different ways, perhaps. The one thing I will say about the long haul, though, is at least I had the chance to tell her how much I loved her, to express my gratitude. I had the opportunity to thank her for loving me when I know how difficult that can be sometimes. I got to tell her how much her support in my life meant to me. I had the chance to express to her how much of a wonderful Grammy she was to my son, how her relationship with him will forever be part of the conversation. I was able to promise her that we will remember her and honor her, how I'll never stop sharing stories with him and showing him pictures, how I'll also remind him that he had the best Grammy there ever was, and how I hope the love that she showed him will be the example of how he shows his own love to the world. and the people he holds most dear. And I thanked her. I told her that through the times that were bad and with the good, I would again and again choose her to be my mom. The space, this place where I leave my thoughts and conversations, this platform called What's on Your Plate. It's a place to be vulnerable, to be real, and sometimes really raw, so that healing and growth and transformation can take place. It's not always going to be upbeat, but I can promise you it will always be honest. I'll be back again soon. Thank you for listening.